So I'm watching a video. It's Disney adults are actually insane. And I gotta say, I don't understand this hate. Like, why can't we all just like, the things we've been liking since we were kids? Like, I like some things that I used to like when I was a kid. Obviously now I'm 27. But it's like, some people like video games. Some people like anime. Those are cartoons. Little kid stuff. But you can still like it, I don't know. Must be Arsenal fans or something. I don't know. Get on my nerves. All right, let's get to the video.
If you walked around a Disney park today, you'd probably notice something strange, and you'd ask yourself, where are all the children? The Disney parks are now filled with adults getting drunk in bars, eating thousands of calories.
Okay, so this lacks so much context. First off, Disneyland and World were made for kids and adults. First off. Second off, Epcot literally has alcohol everywhere. Because the whole park is literally basically made for adults. To walk around, go from country to country to country. Do you think kids want to go from country to country to country? No, they want to go see Mickey Mouse. So that park is literally made for adults.
Worth of snacks, TikTokers taking pictures in the women's bathrooms, and worst of all, putting themselves into massive amounts of debt to go to Disney parks. Disney parks are now filled with some of the most cringe
are we pocket watching people?
Individuals to walk the planet, also known as Disney adults. There's countless videos on YouTube which criticize Disney adults for the way they act like children and are really cringe. And while that's interesting to explore, and I'll definitely make another video on the cringe side, I want to look at Disney adults from another perspective. What is the financial cost of being a Disney adult? From over-consumerism, having to buy every single product Disney releases, every single limited edition piece of merch, to the limited edition must...
So a grown 37-year-old man playing video games for 10 hours a day. That's okay. But someone wanting to go to a park that reminds them of their childhood, that makes them feel happy, that's not okay. You see this double standard? And why is no one making videos on how much people spend on video games? All these video games, there's video games worth tens of billions of dollars. There's video games and video game companies that are worth more than Disney. How do they get worth that much? By people with money spending money on them.
Eat snacks to try at every park, and even the cost of just getting into the parks. How on earth do these people afford it?
This couple, they spent $21,000 in 1 month when they make $7,000 a month. They're obsessed with Disney. Lots of Disney adults are. They spent $2,000 on Disney exclusive passes and then went to Disney World, spent a lot of money on that.
If they're making content off of it, then it's literally a business at that point. What?
And they're going to Disney World 2 times next month and then 1 time in the summer.
That's a lot of money on Disney.
But unlike most lesbians, I think they're going to last forever, though, because they're on the same page. And usually couples that aren't on the same page about money, that's where they divorce. Them, they're on the same page about wanting to ruin their lives for Disney.
Before we look at the insane costs of Disney, we need to take a step back and understand how the parks themselves got to be so expensive in the first place. 40 years ago, trips to Disney were easy and pretty affordable for the average family.
With base 44,
oh my goodness, an ad. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Skip.
All you'd have to think about was your ticket, a hotel if you wanted to stay for a few days, and whatever food you fancied eating at the park. Going to Disney today, however, is a totally different story.
Fair.
It's a stack of microtransactions that add up, leaving guests broke by the time they leave.
Bro, what? Guests are not leaving broke. This guy is over exaggerating. And second off, if someone wants to spend more money than they have, buying every little thing that they can possibly see, that's Disney making them broke?
Checking their bank accounts and being horrified with the amount of money they've ended up spending. A Disney World ticket in 1971 cost $3.50, and if inflation were the only factor, it would cost around $27 today. But now, a one-day ticket starts at $189. Making Disney more expensive has been a key. A ticket starts at $189. Making Disney
See, that's a bad argument, though, because, when did he say tickets were cheaper?
Being horrified with the amount of money they've ended up spending. A Disney World ticket in 1971 cost $3.50.
See, 1971. Really think about that for a second. Star Wars wasn't even out. And they're going to do the whole thing where they say, oh, well, according to inflation, this should be like $20-something. But like, think about what was actually in the park in 1971. Think about Galaxy's Edge. Think about all the extra little additions and things that have come out after 1971. Indiana Jones in the 80s. Think about all the things that you like to go on. Like for me, I like to, in Adventureland, Indiana Jones ride. In Tomorrowland, Buzz Lightyear. The only thing that you could really do that was like, oh, it's the same, is Fantasyland. Okay, yeah, Fantasyland, you got me there. But like, if you think about any other park, the extension parks, all the additions that they've made, all the ways they've made Disney better since 1971. Like my mom talks about like how she went to the park decades ago and then went back again, and how different it was. How much more things were there. They added a whole new land, Galaxy's Edge, to the park. Like, you gotta kind of include that in the cost. So let's see if they're gonna actually break down, and I'm gonna come in and say where I think the cost is.
And if inflation were the only factor, it would cost around $27 today. But now, a one-day ticket starts at $189, making...
Yeah, they really are increasing the prices. Jeez Louise, $189. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, it should be around 100. 100 is like what they've added. Maybe 130. But also Disney's more popular now. So they can demand more because they're more popular. They're more valuable brand. So, hey, 189, almost $200.
Disney more expensive has been a key strategic goal by the company, conveniently amplified by the term Disney adult growing in popularity around 2015. The trending term instantly became a meme, with people...
Pooh, I waited 30 years to meet you. I love you my whole life.
Okay, on one note, this is corny. But on another note, like, think about, like, when you really love something. Like, it could be a video game, an animated character you saw when you were a kid. Or for me, it was Avengers Endgame. Like, when you see that character, that's going to make you feel a little emotional, you know? So I feel like they're not being as fair. It's just like, why can't we just go somewhere and be happy, you know? Why do we have to be all cool and serious?
To their insane collections of toys and Disney merch.
The girls that get it, and the girls that don't.
That the kids do not, and that was money. As the parks expanded and people were willing to spend more, Disney piled on extra charges since 2016, and they didn't seem to be stopping. Dynamic pricing, paid parking, individual lightning lane, Fast Pass Plus, paid ride reservations, special event reservations, dining plans, photo pass, all while removing free services like the free Fast Pass and the free airport transport services.
Yeah, that's too much. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's way too much. I'm not even gonna lie.
When you take a look at how these services increase the price so dramatically, it's actually pretty scary. Dynamic pricing work.
Like, I love Disney, and as a 27-year-old man, like, I love Disney, going to the parks, but yeah, that's too much. They're tripping on some of that stuff.
By increasing the price when there's more demand for a ticket. School holidays.
Yeah, but that's just capitalism at the end of the day. Like, supply and demand, you know.
Peak times were at least double the price as usual. The Fast Pass Plus also uses dynamic pricing, so if the park is extremely busy and the rides are popular, the price for the Fast Pass Plus will be too. Dropping $500 for a Fast Pass is genuinely insane, and it's only for one day too. It actually costs more than the ticket itself. But the sad thing is, because the parks are so busy, you pretty much have to buy the Fast Passes, unless you only want to go on 3 or 4 rides and wait in queues for hours. From an English perspective, this concept is pretty insane.
This guy better not be an Arsenal fan. He's English, so I don't know. I was thinking about it the whole time. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to be rude, but like, that's going to be a problem if he is.
Like, yeah, we do have fast passes at UK theme parks, but you can get them for like £10 at parks like Thorpe Park and Alton Towers. And I get they might not be as busy as Disney World.
Trying to save money on business.
Oh my goodness, another ad. What is this guy doing? Cover your screen, don't
companies
look.
Save money.
Ah. Gosh darn it, bro. Gosh, bro, can you work? Like, My computer screen is freezing. Oh my gosh, I'm so poor. See, this is what happens when you're not rich. You got frozen computer screens. Like, this is why you guys need to watch my top 10 richest video. Because I was, you know, it was a video on the top 10 richest people in the world. I'm telling you, man, it's a struggle out there. It's a struggle. Anywho. I don't know. The video is interesting, but I mean, I feel like if you apply any of these things to like anything else, it's just not, you know, it's kind of a double standard. Like at the end of the day, like, you know, why is it okay for someone to spend all this money on like this random little thing? Like people were collecting fidget spinners and stuff like that, but then when it comes to Disney, it's like, oh no, you can't do that, you know. Oh, the internet's angry. I feel like it's like a thing where like all these people, they get together and they're like, how can we attack Disney adults, you know? A bunch of Arsenal fans get together and they decide how can we attack all these people trying to have a good time, trying to enjoy life. I don't know. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but yeah, I don't know. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is. Some people...
Because the parks are so
not for them,
busy, you pretty much have to buy the fast passes unless you only want to go on 3 or 4 rides.
And look at my screen not working. Like, look at how embarrassing this is. Like, look at this. But yeah. I don't know. I see where he's coming from, though. I think if you're approaching it from a perspective of like, oh, this isn't good for society, then I can see it.
Price as usual. The Fast Pass Plus also uses dynamic pricing. So if the park is extremely busy and the rides are popular, the price for the Fast Pass Plus will be too. Dropping $500 for a Fast Pass is genuinely insane, and it's only for one day too. It actually costs more than the ticket itself. But the sad thing is, because the parks are so busy, you pretty much have to buy the fast passes, unless you only want to go on 3 or 4 rides and wait in queues for hours. From an English perspective, this concept is pretty insane. Like, yeah, we do have fast passes. Again, they might not be as busy as Disney World, but...
These are website names.
Oh my goodness, another ad!
So for Australian
so I need YouTube
Australia
Premium.
Isn't real.org
Oh
and
my
Australia
goodness.
Isn't Real.
But is it really worth the £500 difference? And I think it's worth mentioning that it's actually optional to have fast passes at theme parks. Several European parks outright refuse to use them because from a moral perspective, they don't believe that you should be able to skip a queue because you're richer than some other person, or more willing to go into debt to get them.
Bro, why does this guy act like if you... Like... Maybe they just save their money, like...
Parks Bellewaerde and Efteling say that they don't offer fast passes because we don't wish to give anyone preferential treatment.
Well,
To be honest, it is
to
skip the queues. And because the queues are so long, buying a fast pass is just as important as buying a ticket now. It's basically unavoidable if you want to spend more time on the rides than wait in the queues. All of the...
Think about what he's saying, like, and if it makes any sense. If everyone's buying a fast pass, then the fast pass line would just be the normal line. Like, come on. Like, clearly most people are going and not buying a fast pass. And they're having a delightful time.
Additional costs slowly add up, forcing guests to spend more without even realizing it, adding to their Disney debt. Even though the list of additional charges that Disney's added over the past 10 years are absolutely insane, there's something else that Disney has incorporated that changed the game forever. For over 40 years, you couldn't have alcohol at a lot of Disney's parks, with a few exceptions of course. But flash forward to now, and alcohol is one of the big reasons Disney adults come to the parks. Since this shift, it's clear Disney now caters to their adult fans, offering an absolutely insane variety of alcoholic drinks available in all of the parks. But it's not just a few cocktails cocktails here and there, and they've even developed a famous drinking game in Epcot known as Drinking Around the World, where guests spend up to 6 hours on a bar crawl through 8 themed countries, each with a cocktail inspired by the place they're in.
Nothing can stop us now. And spend
That's corny.
Adults who have a lot more money to spend than the children. And as a quick side note, I really hope that tattoo was fake because that is extremely embarrassing. But not only is this drinking game at Epcot great for getting people to spend over $200 on drinks alone if they complete the challenge, but selling alcoholic drinks is much more lucrative than sodas alone. A Coke or a juice for a child probably costs around $4, but a cocktail is closer to $20. The markup on these drinks is easy because the margins are so high. It definitely doesn't cost $20 to make a cocktail, but guests will happily pay for it because it's Disney themed. Serving alcohol also changes who comes to Disney and why. Instead of it for being for kids' birthdays or special occasions for kids, it's now a place for adult-only holidays and stag or hen do's, or bachelor parties I think to my American subscribers. There's even been entire Reddit threads talking about the alcohol consumption in Disney, with one person saying, it went from being a family-friendly experience to being a mob of drunk, dehydrated, aggressive who behave worse than hungry children. Alcohol also encourages guests to stay longer.
Well, hey, I didn't see that when I went there, so.
More time in the bars and restaurants, conveniently buy more food. I don't know about you, but when I've had a drink, I get absolutely starving. And it seems like Disney knows this too. And what better way to take advantage of all those slightly buzzed or just straight up drunk guests than the largest selection of snacks in the world, littered across almost—
Bro, he acts like offering snacks is some sort of manipulation tactic, like bro.
Half in the park. At Disney, trying the snacks
but if they didn't offer snacks, then it would be, oh, they don't care about their guests.
Just as important as going on the rides and meeting the characters. The snacks are also ridiculously expensive, often between $10 to $20 for one thing. And the most ridiculous thing that I found was literally a stick with one piece of bacon on it for $10.
Okay, that's crazy. That's a thick piece of bacon.
Who's calling that
God!
shit? Who's calling that shit?
That piece of bacon is
just a shake.
Some basic theme park snacks that happen to be Mickey shaped and then cost $5 million. You'll spend almost $8 on a Mickey pretzel that is just okay, so I recommend instead spending that money on the pepper jack pretzel.
You see how we went from 5 million to 8? These people are so biased, man. Like, hating on my buddy Mickey Mouse trying to make his money, like.
At Cheshire Cafe. It's a warm pretzel stuffed with gooey pepper jack cheese, and it's just way more worth it in my opinion. 2, Mickey bars are obviously iconic, but they're $6 for a basic chocolate ice cream bar. So instead, you can get a fresh single scoop of ice cream at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor with Mickey ears for $4.99.
But it's not just 1 or 2 snacks that guests are having in the park.
So there's an
often
alternative.
spending over $50 on just snacks alone, and not even considering the main meals that they'll be having throughout the day.
This is a work of art. 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 But this is a work of art.
Couples going to the parks together will often be spending over $100 every day just on snacks. This is just simply too much to try. Disney creates FOMO over snacks, calling—
I love Dole Whip. Disneyland Dole Whip with lumpia. The greatest combo ever. Dole Whip. Bro, I should get sponsored by them, bro. Why am I giving free promo? Gosh darn it.
must try to create scarcity, and they often change seasonally. Once they're gone, and they don't come back. So if guests are there, they feel like they need to try it all there and then.
Bro, he's acting like seasonal freaking desserts or whatever is like some sort of manipulation tactic. Anything good that you do, he will convince you that's a manipulation tactic. This is an Arsenal fan.
See, all themed too, so Disney adults need to try them because the food is from their favorite shows. Who cares if they can't afford it? They can just use the credit cards to buy them. As we're talking about Disney adults, it wouldn't feel right to not mention the plus-sized park hoppers, and they're just as popular for their food recommendations.
Now we're body shaming? Like, oh my goodness!
If I fit, I sit.
Golly!
Everything we ate in a day is plus size.
Okay.
Makes
ridiculous.
Triple decker turkey.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
But without a cone to make bird hug. Hey, which is one.
Obviously, this content
Well,
isn't
just
for me, but like,
agree when
you
you're
don't
at
need to
Disney,
hate
you
on
should eat
people.
whatever you want because it's a treat and you probably won't go again for a few years. I mean, even I did a 10k calorie challenge and I won't be doing one again anytime soon. But the plus size park hoppers seem to be going to a park every week. This isn't cheap, nor is it healthy. Now, the plus size park hoppers do have a social media presence, so they might be able to afford this. But normal Disney adults are doing this too. They're going to Disney way more than they can afford and eating way more than they can afford to. They're so consumed by Disney that they totally let themselves go wild and have no boundaries when it
So no one's gonna talk about like how much money people spend on like football, like soccer, seasonal passes or games. Like no one's like European specifically. Okay, this isn't about American. This is European football. No one's gonna talk about how much people spend on those tickets, because those tickets are insane. But oh no, like you go to Disney, like it's just places people go to have a fun time. It's the circus, you know, Panametra Circus. It's bread and circus. Like, why is this a huge problem? Oh, my goodness.
indulging and consuming whatever they want, whether it's food, merchandise, or going to the parks multiple times a year. And for all of these reasons that we've looked at, it's no wonder why so many people have gone into debt just to be able to go to Disney. 45% of guests with young children have gone into debt to be able to go to Disney, and 24% of adults with no children have gone into debt to go to
But
Disney.
think about all the other things people go to debt over. Like I don't know, but like there has to be other things.
And it's rising too, as stats are up 33% from the same survey in 2022. From the posts that I've seen, part of the magic of Disney is also going into debt. It's joked about like it's funny, like it's cooler to be in debt than not. Like it's
Yeah, because they're making fun of people like you. It's an inside joke.
badge of honor to say I went into debt so I could go to Disney. They act as if Disney's some friendly corporation who's happy to lend you the money, and they like to pretend that it's not an entity that would send the bailiff when you ultimately miss a payment. I think a huge part of this is caused by the childlike nature of Disney guests and why they feel entitled to go. It's like a form of therapy for them. Many Disney adults explain their obsession with Disney as being a result of not having a proper childhood. And that's true. There's many children who grew up in households that couldn't afford to go to Disney, or they had some sort of trauma, but that shouldn't be worth going into thousands of dollars of debt for.
Man, how do you know that? Okay, people spend bank on
OpenClaw. Discovery, exposure,
video games,
response,
so how do you
and
know?
runtime protection.
Yeah, if this guy puts one more ad in his video, like, I'm gonna be so angry.
My favorite backpack ever.
The worst part about this TikTok video is the number of comments supporting the creator, encouraging each other to continue to go into debt to solve their childhood trauma.
Bro, where did you see going into debt? Like, this guy's making stuff up. Bro, I'm telling you, negativity goes viral on social media like nothing else.
This healed my inner child. This would cure my depression. The best thing is you're making memories and enjoying life, so he is worth what you paid. Hope you had a good time, that is all that matters. Maybe it's just me, but I don't see how seeing a person in a suit in real life would cure your trauma. You'd be much better off seeing a therapist. But it's not just people who are going into debt specifically because of Disney. Many Disney adults are still choosing to go when they are already thousands of dollars in debt.
Trips are coming up.
So,
please don't tell me trips are coming up.
Well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
That's insanely expensive.
Exactly.
What is that? How much is that going to cost?
Well,
How much is that going to cost?
For the weeks that I needed to go, so it had to be specific because he can't get off work. He has shut down on 2 weeks a year.
Okay, maybe there's like a few people who are like kind of crazy, but like this is not the majority of Disney adults. Okay, first off. Second off, like I don't even know. And plus, like, they're probably doing this to get attention. You also got to think about that. Like, because of your video, this woman is now being reacted to by a super famous person, me.
So the price for the week we needed to go was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
Oh my! That is a month of your income, lady! You said you want to control.
I'm not gonna lie. This
Mary,
guy's
that is what you opened this conversation with. You, that is not the truth. That is both. That is both. That is both.
You see how he's trying to create a
Dude,
viral
sick.
clip? Like, this is not a genuine interaction. She's intentionally acting insane. She's looking at the guy like this. For the time I need to go. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. Like, this guy's overacting. Like, he's not selling us on anything. Okay? First off. Second off, deuces. No.
To be financially stable first. If you
oh my goodness, I gotta stop watching stuff like this. I'm turning into a cornball.
There are so many things you can do for cheap. At least from in the UK, I can go somewhere in Europe for less than £500. I know America's a bit different, but there are definitely cheaper places to go than Disney. And to put it into perspective, just
okay, but do any of these places have relevant characters? Okay, because we don't care about freaking, you know, Silver Bottle. Like, we don't care about these random characters. Like Wally the lion. Like, we want to see Simba. We want to see Buzz Lightyear, Woody, Mickey Mouse, Iron Man, Jack Sparrow.
Expensive Disney trips can get. This guy spent over 30 grand to take his entire family to Disney.
We stayed here for a little over a week and it was about 30 grand.
Did you use any debt to pay for that trip?
No, we had savings that we had.
Exactly.
All sport. All inclusive was the way to go for us. I took 5 grandchildren and all their parents.
I'm no Disney expert, but people in the comments of this video point out that the All-Star Sports Hotel is actually the worst one. So it's not that they're getting the luxury experience from that 30 grand.
Bro, so what does that even mean? Like, actually, have you ever been there? Like, what do you mean it's the worst one? Have you been to the other ones? You're gonna trust some random comment, but like the other random comments, they're insane for saying, I'm happy that you got what you paid for. But this random comment, you're gonna trust that random person.
Money to burn, sure, spend this much, but the fact that ordinary people with regular jobs are trying to be on the same level is just insane to me. It's no surprise people have to go into debt to afford this. On Caleb Hammer's financial audit, a Disney adult couple joined the show to talk about their insane debt and why they still choose to go to Disney despite this.
You spent $1,000.
I honestly feel like this guy is like bringing people on and telling them just over exaggerate. It'll create a viral clip for your channel and for mine. Like, that's what they're doing. This is clip farming. Trust. Clip farming. YouTube Shorts, TikTok, clip farming.
Being at Disney on here, $1,000. Just on the Disney crap.
I mean,
for a day. For one day. There was 7th of it in a day?
I can't take this guy.
Federally back.
If you haven't tried this market,
oh my gosh!
We've seen really
another
strong
ad
CPAs on a last click basis.
Or you can have a bonus trip to Disney because there's a hidden relative's birthday you didn't know about.
Well, next month both trips we're going with other people, so we've already committed to letting the hotel with them.
Yeah, call them and say, oh wait.
Disney is more important than getting out of debt, that they even add to it. Debt is no joke. And people like this tend to forget that. It can ruin your life. They can lose their houses, their cars, their entire livelihoods, and in this case, all to...
Never heard of the negative net worth club?
to Disney. Even for people who try to just avoid going into debt just to visit the parks, Disney has created new schemes to entice them to. In this video, a woman shares her story of how she was essentially duped into a points-based scheme at Disney that ended up leaving her with significant debt.
This is part 3 of how we got into massive debt, and this is one of my most embarrassing debts that we have. A few years ago, our family took a trip to Disney, and we impulsively purchased the Disney Vacation Club. And we did so by financing it. If you don't know what the Disney Vacation Club, or DVC, is, it's kind of like a timeshare for Disney World, except instead of having one specific resort or specific weeks of the year that you get to use it, it's a point system. You buy a certain number of points, and then those points can get redeemed at any DVC resort any time of the year that they have availability. That means you can end up staying at Disney World properties, Disneyland properties, and they also have other DVC resorts like in Hawaii and in Europe, so it definitely provides like a lot of opportunity to travel. Now, with that being said, this is a very bougie luxury purchase.
She's talking loud, man.
We had no business making. There were some incentives when we purchased, so the total cost of financing was around $27,000. Now, was this stupid? Yes, I know that. But I promise you, our hearts were in a good place, but like our financial literacy was 0.
But you also have to ask yourself, like, do you believe her? Because her video is viral now. Can't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Financing 27 grand worth of Disney is just absolutely insane to me. That could pay for a house deposit or even multiple cars. There's so many things
like, literally, do you really believe her? But like, it's a personal choice.
that money instead of buying a Disney holiday. And the worst part about all of this is that Disney adults 100% support each other. If they're all in debt together, there's no judgment. Disney is such an all-encompassing end.
Can you give some evidence of this? Like, where's this support?
With so much to buy that many Disney adults can go into debt without even having to go to the parks. They spend thousands on limited edition merch, collectibles, and literally anything with Disney printed on it. This really is overconsumption at its finest. I can't help but stare at all those
potentially, yeah,
ears and wonder what else could have been bought instead.
Yeah, that's too much.
Not cheap either, around $50 each. And I'm no Disney expert, I might be after this video, but I'm sure that the ears are bought to be worn in the park.
You can buy some ears for cheaper than that, I know you can.
So does this create a plan on going to Disney over 100 times to wear each pair at a different time? I don't know. There are so many Disney adults who have an absolutely insane amount of merch too. I don't want to be too judgmental, but at this point it just seems like hoarding. You don't—
Oh, come on! Like, there's people who have thousands of anime figures. You never seen those videos? Like, but oh, the Disney ones are weird.
With any of this, it's just stuff. It's not
kids.
like other collectibles like Warhammer figures maybe, that people spend lots of time painting or having hundreds of books to read. It's just stuff. A lot of Disney—
Oh, but the Warhammer's fine. The Justified. Because he likes Warhammer. Got it.
Only be bought at specific parks too, not online or in any stores outside the parks. So there's an exclusivity of that makes it so much more popular. Ultimately, I can understand why parents want to take their kids to Disney even though they're in debt, but there are ways to make it cheaper. They can stay off-site instead of the park hotels to make it cheaper. Bring some of their own food and drinks, and maybe even stay for a shorter time. But Disney adults, I think if you have so much debt already, and will be going into more debt just to go to Disney, I just don't think it's worth going, to be honest. Now, I know this video is pretty finance heavy, so if you want me to react to more of the sort of cringe side of Disney adults, let me know in the comments below.
I know, like,
and if you want to watch my full—
This guy's giving financial advice. Like, what is this? Like, are you, did you study finance? No, I'm playing. That was a good video. I liked it. He had some good commentary. We had a little bit of a back and forth, a little bit of a, you know, dynamic. But yeah, that was a good video. Tell me what you guys think. I'm not too sure about this. I think there's a little bit of bias. I think, you know, everybody can like what they like. And, yeah. Let's not be haters, you know? Like Arsenal fans.